back with the part 2 for the industry stories. And this one, I want to go back a little bit, like a year before I blew up, and tell about like how I got my name and who I was influenced by at the time heavily, like, and why I put the group together. So I came up with the name in the group Friendly Neighborhood in 2014. It was only me in it. It was nobody else. I was wearing the Spider-Man mask and then putting the fitted hat on. Like, I was the only person doing this at the time. And I'll put like a fitted cap on, or a snapback on with the Spider-Man mask on and a jean jacket, and just really swagging shit. And around that time was like the Incana era, so like I was taking pictures like him and shit like that. So you could say, I need to get it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm taking pictures like him and shit like that. And I'm also like, at that time, I really was listening to all types of shit. I was heavily like inspired by Jim Morrison and Kurt Cobain, but I always wanted something like Wu-Tang and ASAP Mob. I always wanted something family-like. And so we could just show like everybody different styles and different approaches when it comes to dressing or their artistry. I always wanted that, man. So that's why I created the group. And my name before was K Jesus. KGEEZOUS, all caps. And I was given the name in 2011 because the homie was like, bro, the way you rap, your metaphors are so crazy, bro. It's like if Jesus was rapping, because like the way you coming up with this shit is just so magical. So he was like, you should name yourself K Jesus. He was younger than me, like 3 years younger than me. My younger brother's homie, who became a friend of mine. And this is the Dark Twisted Fantasy era, the Kid Cudi era, like, yeah. So that was my name for a while, but then when Kanye dropped Yeezus, I tried to drop a mixtape the same day and hoping it'll go viral and shit. That failed. Because I didn't want my name to be taken. I didn't want people to think that I was trying to copy him when I wasn't. Then after that, I changed, like I was just going by my regular name, my birth name. And then it came to 2013. I think 2012, 2013, I started going by KGZA, which I felt like was K Jesus, shortened, all caps still, but it was pronounced K Jizza. So it was from the Supreme alphabet. But then I wanted that effect like the Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, Kanye West, like a first name, last name, because it just sound better. A$AP Rocky, Travis Scott. So I named myself K Jizza Peace, Peace, all caps. But then it got to a point where I was just like, man, I don't want to be compared to SZA or Smoke Dizza or Jizza or RZA. I want to create my own legacy. So I was still trying to find a good name. I couldn't really find one. Like, I could, it was like I can name other shit, but it was always hard to like find a good name for myself. So I named myself Friendly September at one point. And then I don't know why I ain't like it. And I'm glad I changed it, because then you got September's Rich. So I'm glad I changed it like years before he came out. But I just ended up going with Friendly. Friendly, no vowels in the Friendly, all caps. And that's what I've been going with since. So when I did my A3C performance that day, I had like a crop top, because Kid Cudi had just went viral for the crop top for his Coachella, and my approach with performances is I'm gonna treat them all like Coachella. Then I had my nails painted red, and I had my hair freeform like The Weeknd TM88, but it was dyed hot pink. I had on military boots and some sweats, and I rocked that motherfucking show. I could tell the story of the show later, but the show was how it happened on the way up to the show was epic. Like, I dyed my hair like 2 hours before I had to go to the show, and I was in a rush, and my hair was wet and everything because I needed to have that look. But I'll tell that later, because that shit was so epic, bro. Nothing was planned. It was just going with the flow. Even my performance, I was possessed, like crazy as fuck, bro. And on the show, I did the Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'm telling that because I'm telling like all my influences at the time. Like, it mostly was old rock and roll, grunge, and wrestling, and Wu-Tang. Like, that was all my shit. And I created Friendly Neighborhood and was pushing it, and everybody, naturally came. And these are all people I went to school with that naturally came together. Whether we hung in high school like that or not, we just formed a group. And we was a force. I remember when Future had the Purple Rain tour and he came to Atlanta. We had just left the radio interview with Stewie Rock, and he said to meet him at the show. We in the back line. I see Reese, LaFleur, and that's all I remember. But we in the line to go in from the back, and it was a big group of girls that walked by and was like, "Is that Friendly Neighborhood?" And we all heard it. The whole gang heard it, and it was just like, damn, that shit crazy. Like, that shit fire. That shit fire. So, yeah, that's how I got the name. And those are some of my influences. Those were my influences at the time. And when we made the song too, like, it was just so natural, and I was possessed in that moment too. I was getting possessed a lot during that time. And the Holy Ghost was just, the source, God himself, just speaking through me, just moving through me, like, because we like this. So I'm tapped in with the Most High. And that words was just coming out. Like, I ain't have to think of nothing. It was just coming out. And during that time, I think it was the Boston bombings had just happened. I had just got out of a bad relationship. So all that energy was just came out and was put on wax on its own. And I didn't have to think. I was just like, they played the song in the basement, because we made the song in my basement. They played the beat, and I was like, whoa! Hey! What did you, little fuck nigga? I don't fuck with you, and I don't fuck with you neither. And the producer had stopped the beat and was like, oh my fucking God. He knew we had something special at that moment. And then we kept going. And funny enough, that beat, when we was listening to it like a month before we recorded it, or it probably wasn't a month. It was probably like 2 weeks type shit, or a week. But we were listening to beats in my room one day. It was me and Zone 36, both the producers, and Tay was playing it on his computer. He was playing beats, and then he played like 1 sec. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. He played like 1 second of the beat, like one. As soon as he pressed it, it was like and he was like, "Oh, this is for Young Dolph." And then he went to the old beat, the next beat, and I was like, "No, hold on, go back to that other beat for a second." And he went back, and it was like I was like, oh, this shit have hit. I was like, this shit have hit. Man, what the fuck Young Dolph gonna do with this? Funny enough, back then, I didn't see what the fuck Dolph could do with this. But now, like, I definitely could hear Young Dolph on it. But I was like, nah, give me this beat. Young Dolph can't do nothing with this. And you see what we did. You can't stand next to us. Can't stand next to us. Air going crazy, going viral. Everybody commenting like, oh my God, crunk music is back. You know what I'm saying? Waka Flocka making videos to it, turned up in the car, shaking his dreads and shit. Like, it was a moment, man. It was a moment. Now, the labels is what really fucked shit up. And I could get into that story later. But I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of the origins, man. Friendly Neighborhood started in Clayton County, man. In Jonesboro. I made it up by myself. Nobody. You know. Came up with the most iconic line. Nobody input, nobody helped, nothing. Now we all came together and collabed on the song, yeah. But as far as the most iconic lines on the song, yeah, the genius, straight out of Clayco, nigga, me. You know, and I miss them times. I love them moments. I wish I handled it different. I was too busy trying to be a good friend when I should have been a good leader. You know, because everybody says it, like, and I know it. I should be as big as Playboy Cardi and Uzi right now. I made the joke to the homie, I shouldn't adapt Uzi up when we was in the studio because that nigga done bumped my elbow and we done swapped destinies because they wasn't doing none of that, bro. Uzi hair wasn't pink or none of it. Mine was when I came to this. I was already like that. Like, nothing. He wasn't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So nigga swapped destinies with me, then he got cool with Cardi and swapped destinies with Cardi. And now Cardi the biggest. But I was wearing all black and, you know, doing the rock star shit, wearing the bandanas, the leather jackets. I was the only one doing this. Because I knew the history. Like, you know.